The series starts with a beautiful woman admired by everyone in the kingdom of Xia. She's one of the women from a local house and is invited by a wealthy minister named Mr. Wang. Mr. Wang, with all his riches, is willing to give anything to have this woman. But, to everyone's surprise, this woman is actually Princess Chi-Pa in disguise. She is the daughter of the king and is undercover to reveal Mr. Wang's corruption. Mr. Wang had been raising taxes and taking money from the people for his own gain. Chi-Pa's personal guard, Zimei, arrives just in time and takes down Mr. Wang. Scared and caught, Mr. Wang finally admits his crimes. Chi-Pa then forces him to confess everything he's done in front of all the townspeople. Everyone is shocked to see that the woman is actually Princess Chi-Pa. The people are overjoyed because, for a long time, they had been suffering from Mr. Wang's greedy actions. But no one dared to speak up. Mr. Wang had taken almost everything from them, leaving them with nothing. Thanks to Princess Chi-Pa's bravery, they now celebrate her as a hero. The scene then changes, and we see Chi-Pa being called by her father, the king. He's about to leave for Europe on an official trip with her mother. The king says that, for now, her uncle and aunt will take care of the kingdom. Chi-Pa feels sad but prays for her parents' safety as they prepare for their journey. Far away from the kingdom of Xia, there is a place called the Kingdom of the Orcs, or the Animal People. The leader of this kingdom is Kue Mulang, a wolfman who uses his energy to power the spring that supplies water to all the people in the Orc Kingdom. Unfortunately, Kue Mulang has lost his spiritual pearl, which makes it hard for him to keep giving energy to the spring because his own power is draining. The story then goes back to a time when Kue Mulang had an accident, and his spiritual pearl ended up inside a human woman. Meanwhile, in the kingdom of Xia, Chi-Pa is being pushed by her uncle and aunt to get married, as she is now 20 years old. However, Chi-Pa refuses to marry until she finds someone she truly loves. Her uncle, aunt, and cousin care for her deeply and only want the best for her. Back in the Orc Kingdom, Kue Mulang and his guard, Lu Jun, are preparing to travel to the human world. Kue Mulang opens a portal between their lands, something only he can do, to find the woman who accidentally swallowed his spiritual pearl. At the same time, Chi-Pa is outside the palace, learning to ride a horse. She loses control, and the horse runs off into the forest. Luckily, Kue Mulang finds and saves her. When he sees Chi-Pa, Kue Mulang realizes she is the woman who swallowed his spiritual pearl long ago. Just as the royal guards arrive, Kue Mulang and Lu Jun are forced to leave and think of another way to retrieve the pearl. The kingdom's general, Ing Shi, finds Chi-Pa and tries to wake her. Soon, Chi-Pa wakes up and is surprised that she's unharmed after falling off the horse. She realizes someone must have helped her, but when she looks around, they are nowhere to be seen. Later that night, Kue Mulang sneaks into the palace to capture Chi-Pa at the same time. Chi-Pa is treating a wounded man named Xiaoju, who is a friend that has feelings for her. However, Chi-Pa doesn't feel the same way about him. Frustrated by her rejection, Xiaoju tries to force himself on Chi-Pa, hoping it will lead to marriage. Chi-Pa fights back and tries to escape, but Xiaoju chases after her. At that moment, Kue Mulang arrives, knocks Xiaoju out, and prepares to take Chi-Pa away by making her faint. Chi-Pa's personal guard, Zimei, arrives to help her, but Lu Jun quickly overpowers him and even takes Zimei's Xia Kingdom emblem, which might be useful later. Back in the Orc Kingdom, Kue Mulang tells Lu Jun about how rebels once tried to steal his spiritual pearl to take over the Orc Kingdom. During the struggle, Kue Mulang accidentally met Chi-Pa, and the pearl transferred into her body. Soon after, Kue Mulang starts to feel pain in his body. Without the pearl, he transforms into a wolf man every night or during a full moon and loses control. Because of this, Kue Mulang asks Lu Jun to gather their troops to bring Chi-Pa to his kingdom. Meanwhile, Chi-Pa wakes up feeling confused about why she's in the middle of an unfamiliar forest. Not long after, a group of soldiers arrives to take her to the Orc Kingdom. In this group is a woman named Hong Xiao, who is a cat person. When they explain everything to Chi-Pa, she doesn't believe that another kingdom exists besides her own, Xia. Hongxiu also finds it hard to believe there's another kingdom besides the Orc Kingdom. Feeling that something is wrong, Chi Pa tries to escape. However, Hongxiu, being a cat person, quickly catches up to her and brings her along to the Orc Kingdom. On the way, Hongxiu tells Chi Pa about the Orc Kingdom and their king, Kue Mulang. Chi Pa is shocked when they arrive in the Orc City, where everyone looks like animals but in human form, cause she's never seen anything like this before. At one point, Hongxiu stops at a shop to buy something and asks Chi Pa to wait for her. Chi Pa uses this chance to run away. Unfortunately, as she tries to escape, the other orc citizens block her path because they sense she doesn't have the same orc scent as them. Feeling trapped, Chi Pa quickly tries to run again. From the top of a building, Kue Mulang watches Chi Pa closely. Kue Mulang explains to Lu Jun that to get his spiritual pearl back, he needs to make Chi Pa fall in love with him. Only a true love's kiss can transfer the pearl from her body back to his. On the other hand, Chi Pa is being bothered by some men who notice she doesn't have the usual orc scent and try to harass her. Luckily, Lu Jun arrives just in time to chase them away. Lu Jun then respectfully tells Chi Pa that Kue Mulang, the king, wishes to meet her. Soon, Hongxiu arrives, worried because Chi Pa had gone missing. When Hongxiu learns from Lu Jun that Chi Pa is the woman the king wants to marry, she also bows to Chi Pa hearing this. Chi Pa is upset and insists on meeting Kue Mulang herself. Not far away, a chameleon woman named Hai Tang is secretly watching them. The scene shifts to a man named Su Deqi, a scorpion man and the leader of a rebel group who wants to overthrow Kue Mulang and take over the Orc Kingdom. Near Su Deqi is his loyal servant, a woman named Sun Yang. Soon, Hai Tang joins them, revealing that she is also Su Deqi's servant. Hai Tang reports that a strange woman, who doesn't seem to be an orc, has entered their land, and that Kue Mulang wants to marry her. Hearing this, Su Deqi instructs Hai Tang to keep an eye on Kue Mulang's actions so he can learn what Kue Mulang is planning. Back with Chi Pa, she starts asking why she was brought to this place and what the king, Kue Mulang, actually looks like. Hongxiu explains that Kue Mulang, their king, has never shown his face to anyone. Even so, everyone in their kingdom believes that he is very handsome and kind. Afterward, Chi Pa goes to Kue Mulang's room, asking to be taken back to her kingdom because she doesn't want to stay there. Accidentally, Chi Pa opens a hidden room in his chambers, where she finally meets Kue Mulang. At that time, Chi Pa is shocked to see that Kue Mulang's face is not handsome but rather scary and ugly, unlike what Hongxiu had told her. She accuses Kue Mulang of being a villain who kidnaps women. Kue Mulang gets angry that Chi Pa entered his room without permission. Despite his anger, Kue Mulang lies and tells Chi Pa that he has fallen in love with her ever since he saved her when she fell off the horse. He can't mention the spiritual pearl issue because he needs Chi Pa to fall in love with him to get it back. Still scared, Chi Pa quickly leaves the room. After that, Kue Mulang calls for Lu Jun because Chi Pa has seen Kue Mulang's true face, and Lu Jun is the only other one who knows. Kue Mulang asks Lu Jun to keep an eye on Chi Pa to make sure she doesn't reveal his identity. Kue Mulang then shares a story from 100 years ago when the orc tribe was hit by a deadly disease that threatened to wipe them out. To protect the orcs, the past kings created a special dimensional portal to separate the orc tribe from humans. Only the kings know about this portal, and only they have the power to open it cause it's a secret passed down to Kue Mulang. Every king has sacrificed their energy to keep the spring flowing with life-giving water for their people, which holds back the disease. Most orcs today believe the disease is gone, but in truth, it still exists and must be kept a secret to avoid panic. Now, Kue Mulang urgently needs his spiritual pearl, as he is growing weaker without it. Without the pearl, he cannot stay in his human form and will transform every night. Meanwhile, Hai Tang, the chameleon woman, disguises herself as a palace servant to spy on Chi Pa, trying to figure out who Chi Pa really is and what her connection to Kue Mulang might be. Sometime later, Kuei Mu Lang is taking a bath when he accidentally runs into Chi Pa again. At that moment, Chi Pa is amazed by Kuei Mu Lang's handsome human form, not realizing that the person in front of her is Kuei Mu Lang himself. Seeing that Chi Pa doesn't recognize him, Kuei Mu Lang quickly decides to change his identity and invites her to go with him. By chance, a Xia Kingdom emblem falls from Kuei Mu Lang's pocket, making Chi Pa think he is actually Zimei, her personal guard who always wears a face covering. Hearing this, Kuei Mu Lang goes along with it, pretending to be Zimei, the one who followed her when she was kidnapped. Now he says he's her personal guard, and even has a new name, Li Xiong. Hearing this, Chi Pa feels relieved, happy to know she's not alone in the Orc Kingdom. She then asks Li Xiong to help her escape from this strange kingdom because she doesn't want to marry Kuei Mu Lang. When he returns, Kuei Mu Lang tells Lu Jun that he'll take on the identity of Li Xiong, his own personal guard, during the day. This is necessary because Chi Pa keeps seeing his real face, and as the king, he can't reveal his true appearance to anyone. Meanwhile, Chi Pa is busy making a map of the Orc Kingdom, hoping to find a way out and escape. Hong Xiu then brings her some food, but Chi Pa gets upset because there's no chicken. Hong Xiu explains that in the Orc Kingdom, they only eat fruits and vegetables, and meat is forbidden. On the other hand, Kuei Mu Lang quickly covers his face because his general wants to meet him. The general is named Bai Ku, and his deputy is a woman named Hu Dai. Hu Dai is furious with Kuei Mu Lang for allowing a foreign woman, who isn't part of their race, into the Orc Kingdom, especially since Kuei Mu Lang plans to marry her. At that moment, Hu Dai openly opposes this, but Kuei Mu Lang gets angry and scolds her for meddling in his affairs. He orders Bai Ku to punish Hu Dai for her disrespect. Afterward, Lu Jun introduces Li Xiong, who was Kuei Mu Lang in disguise. To Chi Pa, Lu Jun explains that Li Xiong is Kuei Mu Lang's new personal guard and is originally from the Kingdom of Xia. Just like Chi Pa from now on, Li Xiong is assigned to protect and stay with her wherever she goes. Chi Pa happily accepts without realizing she's been deceived. She then asks Li Xiong to help her escape, but Li Xiong refuses, saying only the king knows the way out. He also tries to make Kuei Mu Lang sound kinder, saying he's not as evil as Chi Pa thinks. Still, Chi Pa calls Kuei Mu Lang a monster and a villain who kidnaps women for marriage and insists she won't become his victim. She also complains that she can't eat properly since there's no chicken at all. Hearing this, Li Xiong decides to bring some meat for Chi Pa. Meanwhile, in the flower garden, Hong Xiu is showing interest in Lu Jun, but unfortunately, Lu Jun doesn't realize her feelings. Long story short, Li Xiong brings some meat for Chi Pa, making her very happy since she finally has something good to eat after days without proper food. Chi Pa then invites Li Xiong to eat with her. Li Xiong hesitates because, as Kuei Mu Lang in disguise, he's a creature who doesn't eat meat. But when Chi Pa insists, he accidentally touches the meat with his lips, and Chi Pa quickly wipes his mouth. At that moment, Chi Pa starts to feel a bit of love growing in her heart, noticing how handsome Li Xiong looks up close, creating an awkward feeling between them. To break the tension, Chi Pa suggests they drink wine instead. Li Xiong declines again, explaining that there's no wine in the Orc Kingdom. Realizing this, Chi Pa thinks that orcs must not be able to handle alcohol well. She then asks Li Xiong to find some wine, so she can invite Kuei Mu Lang to drink with her that night, and get him drunk as part of her plan to escape. Li Xiong chuckles at her plan. He then goes with Lu Jun to open the dimensional portal to Xia Kingdom to find some wine, secretly intending to follow Chi Pa's plan. Meanwhile, Hai Tang, disguised as a servant, approaches Chi Pa under the pretense of taking her measurements for a new outfit, supposedly ordered by the king. Hai Tang uses this chance to ask questions and gather information from Chi Pa, innocent and unsuspecting. Chi Pa tells Hai Tang that she's just a human from Xia Kingdom, and she has no idea why Kuei Mu Lang kidnapped her or wants to marry her. After getting the information, Hai Tang returns to report to Su Chi. She tells him that the woman Kuei Mu Lang wants to marry is named Chi Pa and is just a regular human. They still don't know why Kuei Mu Lang wants to marry her, but something seems suspicious. Hearing this, Su Deqi suspects that Chi Pa must be connected to the spiritual pearl because he knows Kae Mu Lang wouldn't do this without a clear reason. Su Deqi then orders Hai Tang to kill Chi Pa to find out Kae Mu Lang's true intentions. Later, Chi Pa tries to get Kae Mu Lang to drink wine with her. Kae Mu Lang agrees, but with one condition that they must play a game first, and the loser has to drink. Confident, Chi Pa accepts. However, Kae Mu Lang has the ability to see in slow motion, so he can predict Chi Pa's moves and wins every time, making Chi Pa drink all the wine until she gets very drunk. Almost unconscious, Chi Pa accidentally stabs Kae Mu Lang with her hairpin due to her drunken state, injuring him. Kae Mu Lang becomes angry and orders her to leave. As she runs away, scared, an assassin suddenly appears and it's Hai Tang, sent to kill her. Chi Pa screams, and Kae Mu Lang hears her cry and comes out to help. After fighting off the attacker, Kae Mu Lang tells Chi Pa to leave immediately, as it's a full moon night. And Chi Pa, not understanding why, refuses to go. Suddenly, Kae Mu Lang loses control and nearly attacks her, but Lu Jun arrives just in time to take Kae Mu Lang away. When Kae Mu Lang wakes up, he finds it strange that someone tried to kill Chi Pa since Chi Pa is new here. She shouldn't have any enemies. Kae Mu Lang suspects the assassin might be part of the rebel group from 5 years ago, which means there must be a spy in his kingdom who revealed Chi Pa's identity to the rebels. There, Kae Mu Lang orders Lu Jun to find the spy, while he plans to continue protecting Chi Pa by staying in his Li Xiong disguise during the day. The next morning, Chi Pa tells Li Xiong about the attempt on her life, relieved that Kae Mu Lang saved her, but upset that he also strangled her, leaving her neck bruised. Feeling guilty for last night, Li Xiong applies some healing ointment on Chi Pa's neck, saying that Kae Mu Lang ordered him to. Once again, Chi Pa is captivated by Li Xiong's kindness and good looks, realizing just how caring he is. Suddenly, from outside, Hu Dai, who has disliked Chi Pa from the start, yells for her to come out and accuses her of being a murderer. A servant was found dead, and witnesses claim that Chi Pa was the culprit. At that time, Li Xiong tries to defend Chi Pa, saying she was with him the entire time. However, Hu Dai angrily reminds Li Xiong that he's just a foreigner, while she is the deputy general. Realizing he's supposed to be Li Xiong and not Kae Mu Lang, he falls silent. Hu Dai then demands that Chi Pa come with her to face the king, who is actually Kae Mu Lang himself. Hearing this, Li Xiong quickly slips away. Chi Pa is shocked to see that he has vanished so suddenly. She doesn't know that Li Xiong and Kae Mu Lang are actually the same person. Li Xiong then returns as Kae Mu Lang, the king. Soon, the servant who was found dead, Chun Er, is brought in. According to the healer's examination, Chun Er drowned just 15 minutes ago, and witnesses claim Chi Pa is the culprit. Seeing Chun Er, Chi Pa immediately tries to help, knowing that someone who just drowned may still be saved by removing the water from their lungs. Surprisingly, Chi Pa succeeds in reviving Chun Er, leaving everyone amazed at her skill. However, when Chun Er wakes up, she is terrified of Chi Pa and accuses her of being the attacker. There, Chi Pa asks Chun Er to explain in detail what happened, as she doesn't remember hurting anyone. Chun Er describes how, 15 minutes earlier, she was washing clothes when Chi Pa approached her and suddenly attacked, pushing her into a well. Kae Mu Lang tries to calm everyone, knowing that Chi Pa couldn't be the attacker since she was with him the entire time. He suspects there's another person disguised as Chi Pa to keep the peace. Kae Mu Lang orders that Chi Pa be temporarily imprisoned while they investigate further. Later, Kae Mu Lang, now disguised as Li Xiong, goes to Chun Er to ask about the incident. Chun Er explains that the Chi Pa who attacked her seemed to have incredible strength. She even takes Li Xiong to the scene of the attack to reenact what happened. After that, Li Xiong visits Chi Pa, who is very angry at him for disappearing so suddenly. Li Xiong lies, saying he had a stomachache and had to leave quickly. He asks Chi Pa to stay calm because Kae Mu Lang is investigating the case to clear her name. A little later, Chi Pa asks Li Xiong to call Kae Mu Lang to meet her because she has a plan to reveal the real killer. Meanwhile, Hai Tang reports to Su Chi that she successfully disguised herself as Chi Pa and framed her for the murder, leading to Chi Pa's imprisonment. Su Chi then orders Hai Tang to kill Chi Pa. Soon after, everyone gathers in the prison where Chi Pa, with Li Xiong's help, prepares to reveal the true murderer, as she has a hair sample from the attacker. She shows it to everyone. Immediately, Hai Tang, who is disguised as a servant, begins to panic. But Hu Dai quickly grabs the evidence and discards it, insisting Chi Pa is the killer. After that, Hu Dai orders the guards to take Chi Pa back to prison. Before they leave, however, Li Xiong secretly retrieves the hair sample. Later that night, Hai Tang sneaks into the prison, quickly taking down the guards to kill Chi Pa, but when she stabs the figure in the cell, she realizes it's just a pile of straw. Understanding she's been tricked, Hai Tang tries to escape, but her way is blocked by soldiers who have come to capture her. This was part of Chi Pa's earlier plan. She had shown a fake hair sample, pretending it was from the true killer. During the setup, Li Xiong, or Ka Mu Lang in disguise, had observed everyone's reactions and noticed a nervous servant, and it's Hai Tang. Following Ka Mu Lang's orders, Bai Ku then follows Hai Tang as she flees to a nearby inn. It becomes clear that Hai Tang is working with Sun Yang, a member of the rebel forces, proving that Hai Tang is indeed the killer. Meanwhile, Bai Ku and Hu Dai lead troops to the inn where Hai Tang had been earlier. When they enter, the place is empty, but Hu Dai finds evidence that incriminates Hai Tang as the real culprit. Chi Pa is declared innocent and released from prison, bringing her great relief and happiness. Later, Ka Mu Lang returns to channel his energy into the kingdom's water source. This leaves him a bit tired, but he stays strong in front of Lu Jun. However, Lu Jun notices the water supply is running low. Without the spiritual pearl, it will eventually run out. Ka Mu Lang then disguises himself as Li Xiong and brings Chi Pa some chicken. But Chi Pa starts getting suspicious because every time there's trouble, Li Xiong seems to disappear, and he constantly praises Ka Mu Lang. Even though they're both supposedly from Xia Kingdom and should be planning to escape together. Li Xiong starts to panic and promises to find a way for them to escape. Back in his room, Ka Mu Lang worries that Chi Pa might figure out his true identity. Lu Jun suggests an idea that they could pretend to steal Ka Mu Lang's royal emblem and use it to escape. Taking this advice, Li Xiong shows Chi Pa the Orc Kingdom emblem, pretending he stole it from Ka Mu Lang. Chi Pa is thrilled, and they plan to escape together. Before they leave, they decide to swap roles that Li Xiong dresses as a woman, and Chi Pa dresses as a man. Surprisingly, their disguise works, and they manage to fool the city guards. The guards are even amazed by Li Xiong's beauty as he presents the emblem. After they manage to escape, Chi Pa and Li Xiong find themselves in the forest, searching for a way out. No matter how hard Chi Pa tries, she can't find an exit because only Ka Mu Lang can open the dimensional portal. Ka Mu Lang, disguised as Li Xiong, intentionally leads Chi Pa around in circles to make it seem like they're lost. Eventually, Chi Pa grows tired and frustrated. Soon after, it begins to rain, and Li Xiong guides Chi Pa to shelter in a nearby cave. Soaked and shivering from the cold, Chi Pa feels chilly, and Li Xiong moves closer to comfort her. As they talk about their lives, Chi Pa falls asleep on Li Xiong's shoulder. Li Xiong is startled to realize she has a fever. Meanwhile, Sun Yang reports to Su Chi that Hai Tang has failed her mission and is now in prison. Fearing that Hai Tang might reveal their whereabouts, Su Chi orders her escape. Soon after, a guard loyal to Su Chi sneaks an item to Hai Tang, signaling that she should break out. The next morning, Chi Pa wakes up, confused to find herself back in her room. Hong Xiu tells her that the king, Ka Mu Lang, carried her back because she had a high fever. Shocked, Chi Pa wonders how Ka Mu Lang brought her back when Li Xiong was supposed to be with her. Worried that Li Xiong might be punished for helping her escape, Chi Pa rushes to find the king. Along the way, she runs into Hu Dai, who still dislikes her. When Chi Pa asks where Li Xiong is, Hu Dai answers carelessly, saying that he might have been executed by the king for helping her escape. This news leaves Chi Pa in a panic. The following day, the kingdom's general, Bai Ku, reports that Hai Tang, the imprisoned assassin, was found burned to death, with her body and face completely unrecognizable. Hearing this, Kuei Mulang orders Bai Ke to investigate further to confirm if the body is truly Hai Tang's. Just then, Chi Pa arrives, asking about Li Xiong's whereabouts. This irritates Kuei Mulang, as she seems more concerned about Li Xiong than him, especially since they are soon to be married. However, Chi Pa refuses the marriage, declaring she will never marry Kuei Mulang. Angered, Kuei Mulang orders Lu Jun to escort Chi Pa back to her room and ensure she stays there, making Chi Pa despise him even more. Meanwhile, Hai Tang has actually escaped from prison and meets with Su Deqi. She explains that she used the item he provided, and it's a fire starter to set a hay pile in her cell on fire, drawing the guards in. After escaping, Hai Tang tricked everyone by pretending she was no longer around, leaving behind evidence to make it seem so. Seeing that Hai Tang hasn't succeeded in her missions, Su Deqi decides to try another plan. This plan involves releasing Jing Muin, an old ally who helped in their rebellion 5 years ago and has been held in a special prison. On the other hand, Kuei Mulang and Lu Jun travel to Xia Kingdom to buy gifts and jewelry. They've learned that in the human world, it's customary to present engagement gifts, including gold and jewelry, when marrying. Upon returning, Li Xiong visits Chi Pa, who is overjoyed to see him safe. Li Xiong tells her that Kuei Mulang was merciful and didn't punish him, but warns that he will now be closely watched and might not be able to help her escape again. Chi Pa, however, no longer cares about escaping for now, cause she's simply relieved to see that Li Xiong is unharmed. Then, Lu Jun arrives with a huge amount of gold and jewelry as a bride price from Kuei Mulang to formally propose to Chi Pa and marry her. Chi Pa is shocked, wondering how Kuei Mulang even knew about the human marriage customs. Trying to avoid the marriage, Chi Pa makes up an excuse, saying the bride price isn't enough and that she needs a mountain of gold and silver. Lu Jun quickly leaves and soon returns with exactly what she requested, which a mountain of gold and silver. Seeing this, Hu Dai is annoyed, thinking Chi Pa is being too demanding. Chi Pa, stunned, realizes her joke backfired, as they really brought what she jokingly requested. The next morning, Hu Dai confronts Kuei Mulang, opposing his decision to marry Chi Pa, as she isn't from their tribe and her identity is unclear. Soon after, Chi Pa bursts in without knocking. Hu Dai uses this chance to criticize Chi Pa for her lack of manners and respect. Instead of arguing, Chi Pa agrees, saying that someone as rude as her shouldn't marry a king. But Kuei Mulang dismisses Hu Dai and insists that, no matter what, Chi Pa will marry him. He then announces that the wedding will be moved up to just 7 days from now. After that, Chi Pa is taken to the kitchen. According to our tradition, the bride-to-be must know how to cook and prepare dishes that will be served to everyone. Chun-er, the servant whom Chi Pa saved, thanks her and apologizes for wrongly accusing her earlier. To show her gratitude, Chun-er, who is the head cook in the palace, promises to be Chi Pa's loyal helper in the kitchen. Chi Pa, seeing an opportunity, plans to mess up the cooking on purpose, hoping that if everyone dislikes her food, they might send her away from the kingdom. Soon, all the officials gather in the hall to taste the dishes Chi Pa has prepared. To her surprise, everyone is amazed by how delicious the food is. Even Hu Dai, who didn't like her before, praises the cooking, though she walks away, too proud to admit she enjoyed it. Shocked, Chi Pa tastes her own dish and realizes it actually turned out delicious, which frustrates her even more. Kuei Mulang then dismisses everyone, saying he wants to enjoy the food alone with Chi Pa. It turns out that the original food Chi Pa made was set aside for Kuei Mulang, while the dishes served to everyone else were swapped by Lu Jun as a result. Kuei Mulang ends up eating the poorly prepared meal Chi Pa intended, having to endure the unpleasant taste. Even Kuei Mulang finds the food so unpleasant that he accidentally loses control and begins to transform. Seeing this, Chi Pa becomes frightened and quickly slaps him to bring him back to his senses. Afterward, she apologizes for hitting him and begs him to send her back to her homeland, saying she doesn't love him and feels lonely in his kingdom. Kuei Mulang responds that he'll grant any wish except sending her back home. Hearing this, Chi-Pa makes a very challenging request, asking him to bring people from her home kingdom, Xia, to the Orc Kingdom so she won't feel so alone. Confident that Kuei Mu Lang won't be able to fulfill this request, she waits for his response. But without hesitation, Kuei Mu Lang agrees, surprising Chi-Pa. Meanwhile, Sun Yang secretly meets with a servant named Ruo and hands him an item. Ruo then visits a prisoner in a special cell, and it's Jing Muin. Ruo reveals that Sun Yang gave him some medicine, allowing Jing Muin to pretend he's sick so he might be released. After this, Ruo reports to Kuei Mu Lang that Jing Muin is seriously ill, prompting Kuei Mu Lang to visit the prison. In truth, Jing Muin is Kuei Mu Lang's brother. Jing Muin was imprisoned 5 years ago for helping rebels steal the spiritual pearl and attempting to overthrow Kuei Mu Lang as king. Now, Jing Muin pleads with Kuei Mu Lang to let him go, saying he's suffered enough. Seeing his brother begging, Kuei Mu Lang feels a bit sorry and agrees to release him, not realizing that Jing Muin is only pretending and secretly plans to seek revenge. When Kuei Mu Lang returns to his room, he remembers the good times he shared with his younger brother, Jing Muin, back when they were very close. Meanwhile, Jing Muin secretly plans to take revenge and reclaim the throne from his older brother. His first step is to meet Chi-Pa, the woman Kuei Mu Lang wants to marry. At the same time, Chi-Pa is happily opening a durian, her favorite fruit, which she asks Kuei Mu Lang to bring her. She invites Li Xiong to share it with her, explaining that most people in Xia Kingdom love durian. However, Li Xiong refuses because he finds the smell unpleasant. But Chi-Pa insists, and as Li Xiong keeps backing away, he stumbles and they accidentally kiss. Back in his room, Kuei Mu Lang, still disguised as Li Xiong, feels overjoyed about sharing his first kiss with a woman, sparking feelings of love for Chi-Pa in his heart. Meanwhile, Jing Muin manages to meet Chi-Pa and starts a conversation with her. When she learns that he is Kuei Mu Lang's younger brother, she is surprised, as she didn't know Kuei Mu Lang had a sibling. Jing Muin shares a sad story about being imprisoned by Kuei Mu Lang for 5 years for his mistakes. He expresses his disappointment, saying that he shouldn't have been punished for so long, especially since they're family. Hearing this, Chi-Pa feels sympathy and grows upset with Kuei Mu Lang, thinking he was cruel to treat his own brother this way. Shortly after, Hu Dai arrives and tells Jing Muin to leave, saying he shouldn't be wandering around the royal palace. Jing Muin becomes angry, feeling disrespected as a prince, but Hu Dai coldly replies that a traitor like him doesn't deserve respect. Afterward, Hu Dai informs Kuei Mu Lang that Jing Muin has been getting close to Chi-Pa. Hu Dai worries that Jing Muin might be influencing Chi-Pa with bad intentions. Believing that Jing Muin hasn't truly changed and may be plotting something. This concern leads Kuei Mu Lang to order Hu Dai and Baiku to keep a close watch on Jing Muin's movements. Sure enough, that night, Jing Muin gains Chi-Pa's trust and suggests a plan to help her leave the kingdom. His idea is to make Kuei Mu Lang jealous by pretending to be close to each other. Without much thought, Chi-Pa agrees and quickly begins acting on this plan. It doesn't take long for Kuei Mu Lang to find them together. Quickly, Chi-Pa acts affectionate toward Jing Muin to make Kuei Mu Lang jealous. But Kuei Mu Lang, already aware of their scheme, tells Chi-Pa to return to her room. After she leaves, Kuei Mu Lang warns Jing Muin not to repeat the mistakes he made 5 years ago or interfere in his relationship with Chi-Pa. Kuei Mu Lang threatens that if Jing Muin causes any more trouble, he won't hesitate to send him back to prison. Meanwhile, the entire army of Xia Kingdom, led by General Ing Shi, is searching for Chi-Pa, who disappeared without a trace. They even use durian, hoping its smell will attract her. Xiao Ju, who once tried to get close to Chi-Pa inappropriately, is also helping in the search. Back to Chi-Pa, she refuses to give up and comes up with an idea when she sees Li Xiong. She takes him outside and invites him to dance a European dance her mother taught her. Then, she even gives him a fake kiss, hoping it will cause people to notice them and spread rumors about their relationship, making Kuei Mu Lang angry enough to send her away. Soon after, Kuei Mu Lang returns to his room feeling conflicted. On one hand, he's happy he could get closer to Chi Pa using his identity as Li Xiong. But on the other, he realizes the news of Chi Pa's affair with Li Xiong might soon spread, damaging her reputation. To prevent this, Kuei Mulang quickly orders Lu Jun to announce that his wedding with Chi Pa will be moved up to just 3 days away. When Chi Pa hears the news from Hong Xiu that her wedding has been moved up, she is shocked and frustrated, realizing all her efforts to escape have been in vain. Chi Pa then meets with Li Xiong again and asks him to work together with her. Soon, Kuei Mulang will be bringing people from Xia Kingdom, as she requested. Chi Pa wants them to secretly follow Kuei Mulang to learn the way out, so they can escape together. Li Xiong simply smiles and agrees to her plan. That night, Chi Pa is ready to follow Kuei Mulang. She watches as he leaves and quietly trails him from behind. But when they reach the forest, Chi Pa is shocked to see multiple Kuei Mulangs suddenly appear. It turns out to be a trap prepared just for her, with soldiers dressed to look like him. Meanwhile, Kuei Mulang and Lu Jun open the portal and meet General Ing Shi's troops, who are resting after days of searching for Chi Pa without any luck. Kuei Mulang swiftly overpowers the soldiers, intending to fulfill his promise by bringing them to his kingdom. The next morning, Li Xiong meets Chi Pa and explains that he couldn't come the previous night because Kuei Mulang discovered their plan and locked him up. Hearing this, Chi Pa doesn't blame Li Xiong, and instead, she blames Kuei Mulang for playing games with them. Meanwhile, at the city gate, Lu Jun takes Bai Ku and Hu Dai with him to patrol the forest area, as ordered by the king. During the patrol, Hu Dai suddenly feels a stomachache and steps away for a moment. Meanwhile, General Ing Shi and his soldiers awaken, confused about why they're in an unfamiliar forest. Soon, they notice an unpleasant smell nearby. When they investigate, they find the source of the smell coming from behind a tree, where Hu Dai is handling her stomach trouble. This is the end of part 1. The moral lesson from this series is even a handsome king with a hidden face can get friend-zoned. So if you're pretending to be someone else to win love, just know it might lead to a wedding or to her asking for chicken.